It's very uncommon for me to be able to tell people I'm right or that I told you, but today is that day. Today I can fully say I was right and I told you so. Send Help has unreal reviews. I was lucky enough to go see it last night on a back to back as I saw it and Iron Lung, which was a fantastic movie night overall. But second was Send Help, and it was fantastic. It is everything I hoped it was when I did my first video on it. It's an island shenanigan hour, and everyone crushes it. Like Rachel McAdams does a great job at acting like such a weirdo at the beginning, but a weirdo that you're like, I get it. Like you're just a different kind of person. You're just a bit out there. You love nature. You kind of keep yourself. You've gone through some stuff. You really can like connect with her. Maybe you feel like her. Maybe you know someone like her who's just kind of like not in with that like social aspect, and is just kind of doing their own thing. And like a lot of filmmakers and people like me I can connect. But also, there's parts where you're like, yeah, you're a bit strange, and it totally makes sense. But also, these guys are bullies and shouldn't be like this at all. So you have a connection where you're like, I connect with that with her, and these guys are total assholes. So you're definitely going to be on her side. And it's such a fun switcheroo. Um, the island's great. Everything looks fantastic. The horror elements are less than you'd expect. I actually found this movie more fun and funnier than I did find this a horror. Um, even for the thrills, there wasn't a whole lot of them. This was more of a comedy meets like a dark comedy, I guess. It says psychological horror. There's a bit of that, but not for the audience, if that makes sense. It seems like the psychological parts are more for what's going on between the two characters, and you're just kind of there for the ride in comparison to you trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, there's a bit of a uh, of a change up near it, like near the end, but it's not anything mind blowing. Not not if I don't know, not if you watched horror and you just kind of understand some tropes. I feel like you'd be like, yeah, there's a part in like this doesn't break anything, but there's a part where essentially she goes, "Don't go over there." There's a lot of poisonous plants, and so anyone who's ever watched any horror movie goes, "Yeah, she's probably lying," but then we try to figure out what she's lying about, like what's over there actually then. And I don't think that ruins anything because if you're gonna go watch the movie and you see that part, like it's not telling you anything that she's not just gonna tell you. Um, the CGI was bad. There's a part where they find a boar and it's just super CGI. And okay, I bring that back. The CGI is not bad. It's just the fact that it is CGI and it's just so obviously CGI that there's no real getting around it. The CGI itself is actually kind of good and it's fun, but it's really really CGI. So that really pulled me out of it. It was kind of annoying. And I remember just like literally just sitting there watching this, like this really pulled me out of this. Like I was full of this movie, and we probably just could have done without. And yeah, obviously there's kind of like a factor about blood and murder, but I'm like there probably could have been a better way to do it than killing a boar and I don't know it being so much CGI. But the two actors are fantastic. Um, Dylan O'Brien crushes it. He's one of our like one fantastic actor that I wish got more roles and started doing stuff again. I know he stopped after American Assassin or something like that. I know he got injured, but I'd like to see him back and doing stuff like this. He did a stellar job, and this is one of those movies where it's just like it's so nice to see two actors going back and forth. You don't need mountains of dialogue between them. The silence can speak for itself. Action can speak for itself, and you don't have another person that has to come in and start moving things around. It just really like worked for just the two, and it was really interesting because I watched Iron Lung beforehand, where it's kind of the same thing, where it's just like one actor talking to another. Difference being he's alone, and it's really interesting to see the movie that had a low budget go against the movie with a really high budget, but they're kind of doing the same idea which usually it's like the high budget can have more actors and do this and be more gloriful, and the low one, like the low, $2 million movies trying to be more like the top tier movie. So it's kind of fun how I watch those two movies back and forth and have the same like, oh, this is just like, I don't know. I think the small but like the big budget movies should be doing more of these movies. They should be realizing two actors can pull a movie depending on the idea, and that's why horror movies do so well because they can be done cheap. Um, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on this movie. I knew it was going to be good, and guess what? It did. So this is a win for me for once, and you should definitely go check it out. It's in theaters now. Tell me what you think. Did you enjoy it? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is it not that good? Right now, I know that the reviews are like, I think it's 93 on Rotten Tomato or something like that. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's a Sam Raimi, so you know it's going to be a lot of fun, and you know it's going to be somewhat gory.